We can't recruit professionals here unless we have a quality school system. It's impossible. I'm a small business owner in beautiful downtown Darlington. I have had the opportunity to raise 4 children in a very small community. Our investment up front in education is the most important investment that we can make for the rest of our life.
I've been on the school board for almost 28 years. We went through a huge change where we dramatically cut benefits. We've tried to maintain the programs that we've had traditionally, but the real fear is where do we go from here?
Right now, we have a chance to take a first step to change school funding in Wisconsin for the better. We know what to do to hold down property taxes without hurting kids' schools. There's a bunch of laws written over the years about how we in Wisconsin pay for the education of our kids. The idea was to protect taxpayers and also to make it easier for communities that didn't have a lot of money to give their kids a good education. But if you ask virtually everyone, the laws aren't working. The law says the state gives some aid to local school districts, and some resources come from local property taxes. But each district gets a specific limit on how much money it can take in when you add up those 2 sources of income. These are called revenue limits. They used to get adjusted automatically for inflation, but not anymore, which means instead every kid's education automatically gets squeezed as the cost goes up. And there's another problem. How do we decide how much aid to give each district? That's the part that was supposed to help places that didn't have a lot of money. But there are problems with that formula. For one thing, the law measures how well off a community is by how much people's property is worth in that area. And everybody knows, just because you might get a lot if you sold your property, doesn't mean you have the money right now to pick up most of the tab for something as important as education. The other factors in our law's funding formula are how many students you have and how much you spent previously. The trouble is, for a lot of places where the population is getting smaller, eventually schools have ended up with hardly anything from the state. With the automatic stuff not working, it's down to lawmakers at the state capitol who decide every 2 years how much to put into our kids' education and which districts will get more or less. This system needs fixing.
It's not working.
I wish our state government would really understand what the priorities are of all the people.
I'm just concerned that in 10 years people will wake up and think, oh my goodness, what happened? And that's of great concern to me. I think the time is now. We owe it to the kids in Wisconsin, and to the economy for that matter. There's increasing agreement that something needs to be done.
And there's more agreement now than there has been in many years on what to do. Here's the answer. Raise revenue caps to help kids. Increase state aid to hold down property taxes. Finally, reform the school funding formula so everyone gets treated fairly. To make this happen, action is needed in the next state budget. Here's where you can learn more.